just face it. Modeling troops are here to stay. I don't see it as a dying out trend. I don't see them as pretty much just coming into the game and leaving. I will say this though, not every troupe will last. I like it how I'm seeing the change that's starting to happen with these troops that we have here in this area. How they're starting to get more business ethical, and I'm beginning to appreciate that more. I'm not going to name any names because I don't feel that most of them are at the mental estate to be grateful for each other just yet, because if I name a name, sadly people will begin to have that jealous spirit, that rivalry spirit, and they'll begin to hate or throw shade. So we're not even going to name anybody's name with anything. We're just going to talk in general, okay? Can we be business-minded about that? I want to talk to you guys, and this message is directed to modeling troops, and modeling troops not just up the DMV, but modeling troops in the universities, because we have so many modeling troops going on. We have modeling troops from the West Coast that are beginning to get popular, and we have modeling troops from the East Coast who have stood their ground and who've actually set the forefront for why modeling troops are so popular these days. Now, I mean, modeling troops are everywhere, so they are here to stay. Now, I have my love, I have my pros and my cons about modeling troops. My pros is this. Modeling troops honestly give people the opportunity to feel how they always wanted to feel. Let's face this, everybody is not going to be somebody's Naomi Campbell. Everybody's not going to be able to be the next Chanel Iman. So with these modeling troops, they really do give young people models, even somebody of age who is just ran through your time is up. They give them that opportunity to feel that way once again, to feel, you know what, I have arrived, this is my thing, I'm doing what I want to do. So if they want to feel like a star, if they want to feel like a model, that's okay. However, the problem to me comes in is with the CEOs. Now, this is my thing. If you call yourself a modeling troupe, now, me looking in from an industry perspective, from a mainstream perspective, and you call somebody a model, and you put this sick, dank looking female in front of me, and I can't even see model, I see waitress, God, and I'm wondering, why is this thick, out of shape, unproportioned little girl in my face at the age of 18 who's had 3 kids and bullet hole wounds and tattoos and a bad weave in my face? You, as a CEO, should talk to her, should stop thinking on another level as trying to be their friend, and thinking of it as being their agent and as their CEO, and telling them, you need an image change. I look at a lot of these troops, and to be honest, if we have 3 troops, out of every troop that really has top model quality, I'll only see a good 2 to 3. 2 to 3 out of 30 people. 2 to 3 out of 30 people that are in these big old troops. So the problem to me is it's about quantity and not about quality. I'll respect a troop with 5 people who can turn it every single time they show up to anybody's show, that they show up to anybody's production, that they show up to anybody's whatever. If they have 5 models with quality and not just quantity. You don't have to be the prettiest thing out here. You don't have to have the best hair and all that kind of stuff, but you have to know how to get that mess together. If you are a CEO, get your pens and your pencils out right now. Start taking notes. I'm going to put on my gayest one, and we're going to start writing. We're going to start taking some notes, and we're going to begin to where we can start fixing this mess up, sweetheart, okay? First of all, I'm not understanding how you're going to have models in your group, and no one has talked to these kids about health care yet. Nobody has talked to these kids about skincare yet. No one has talked to these people about taking care of their teeth. We're ready to have to start with the CEOs first, because how dare you talk to me about your teeth, about my teeth, and your teeth are looking jacked up in the first place. Just chakra jacked up in the first place. Second of all, how can you talk to me about skincare and your face isn't even beat, sweetheart? Your face not even clean. You sitting here drinking orange soda, eating some daggone fried chicken curry or fried rice, but you telling me how to take care of myself? Sweetie, You have to get yourself together. This is for the, matter of fact, this is a message for the CEOs once again, because this is not even about the sloppy models, because the sloppy models are going to continue to be sloppy as long as the CEOs are sloppy, okay? We have to understand that these models need to be led by example. They really need to be led by example. You should be telling them things that they're going to be able to benefit from. It's not about just being legendary. It's not about being able to have the best walk. Are you teaching them how to have the proper attitude? Are you teaching them how to come on set and to be humble? How to come on set and to be respectful? Are we teaching them that? Or are we teaching them how to be fierce every time they pump on somebody's runway? Is that all we're teaching them? Because to be honest, in this white man's world, in this white man's industry, in this white man's business, that little fierce attitude, sweetie, will only get you on somebody's TV show to be the jabuka of the show. To be the bad girls club, to be the fool, to be the dummy, to be the joker card. That's already going to be, honey, because you're not going to go too far with that. And I will say this. I was very grateful of the troupe that I had in my last fashion show. They came in and they did an awesome job. If you don't know who they are, research. Look at the videos from Apparatus Part 2 and look what troupe were involved in the show. They did an awesome job. They came on set. They were very respectful. They used mannerism. They said thank yous. They hung up their clothes. They said thank you to the designers. They did what they had to do. They walked and they left. Thank you, hello, and goodbye. All the drama and all that stuff didn't even exist. And I really did appreciate that. I thank them so much. I'll shout you out at the end. We really need to talk to these models about healthcare. We really need to talk to these models about personal upkeep. Sweetie, there is no reason why you're coming into my fashion show practice and after 3 times of walking, I'm looking around the practice, I'm sniffing. I'm on a tuna hunt, honey. I'm on a tuna, fish, and trout hunt because somebody in here is funky. Somebody up in here is stank. That's what I'm trying to figure out which one of these heifers that came up in here and didn't wash the secretions, didn't brush, didn't groom themselves, because it's getting a little bit too heated up in here for me. I can't take the funk. I can't take the heat because you're nasty. But you know what? Nobody told you that. And then what happens is you get to these fashion shows. Oh my God, I'm not understanding. The last fashion show that I did, a male model. How dare you come to a fashion show, sweetie? How dare you as a male model come to a fashion show without a fresh haircut? Now you got all of these African ants munching and crunching and lunching on top of your head and you don't even know what to do with yourself? Your face isn't even clean cut? You're not even ready for this industry. You're not ready, baby. You're nobody's near ready, because if you were ready, you wouldn't come in here looking like an Amistad slave. You look hideous. It's terrible. It looked bad. And I had to dress you. Oh my God. And it was just that serious. I was lost. But it goes back to the CEO. If that's your model and he's under your agency, whatever you want to call yourselves these days, if he's under your group, whatever it is, then why wasn't that male model pulled to the side and said, you know what, you can't walk today because you're not ready. Look at yourself. You look awful, my God, my son, my friend, my child, my model. Look at you came to a fashion show, you came to a production looking like you just got off of the metro and you're going to be asking for coins and change? I'm not understanding that. Then we get these models with these tire-tight weaves that come in the side of their hair, and they get to these fashion shows the day of and your hair is not freshly done. Didn't we give them a look, CEO? Did they not follow the guidelines? And don't dare let her do her own makeup. My goodness gracious, what happened to the morgue? Because she's casket ready. She looks awful. It's up to us to start taking responsibilities for our models, for your models, because they are yours. They're not mine. God knows they ain't mine. You need to take these models and sit them down and inform them about healthcare. If there's someone offering you training services, you take that training services. Half of these models are out of shape. Half these models got guts, butts, hips, and thighs. It's just too much for my eyes, baby. I can't take it. You need to work out. Put that chicken wing down with that mumbo sauce, that carry-on, that orange juice, and you sit it down right now and you pick up a celery stick and you chew on it. Chew on that celery stick. Chew on it. Chew on the stick, girl. Because you're too big. And it's not even about being, and don't get it twisted, because just because you're a big girl, it's okay. But however, if you are a big girl, sweetie, you still have to be health conscious. You can't go around eating and munching and crunching, eating everything you see in your sight. You can't be just somebody's big because you big. That's no excuse, honey. Please, please. I don't care. I love my plus size girl, but you just can't sit around and say you're a model and just eat everything that comes in your face, fat girl. No, it's not gonna work. I love you, big girl. I love you, baby, but you can't keep eating everything. You have to be health conscious. You have to go get annual checkups. You have to know what's going on with your body. If you're a model, the number one thing to being a model is skincare. It's to having nice teeth. So I'm not understanding how you get all these little buck-toothed heifers coming in here with these yellow daggone chiclets in their mouth. I'm not understanding that. No. Let's work on this. Let's work on that. Let's go get braces together. Do you have health insurance? Do our models know about that? Do they? CEOs, I'm telling you to talk to your models about fitness, to talk to them about training, to talk to them about beauty and healthcare, to get them ready for this, because this is what people are taking into consideration when you bring them all to these model calls, these ghosties, and these conditions. Makeup, Maybelline doesn't cover everything. Maybe it's her, maybe it's not, but Maybelline does not fix everything. MAC is not the best attack. We have to go a little bit harder and spray paint her face because she's hideous. Let's work on that. Inform them. I love what the troops are doing. I love where they are going. I love the change that I see, but we need to talk to these models about things that are going to benefit them in the end. And it's not about being legendary. It's about being aware of what your position is, okay? So anyway, this is Emore'J Couture. Oh, and I want a big shout out to so many of the troops out here. I want to give a big shout out for doing my show first. Let me see how much time I got before I start shouting anybody out, because I would just cut everybody out in the first place. Shoot, not enough time. Oh well, just check out the credits and see you next time. Bye bye, boo boo.